Purpose versus money. There's always a battle between the two. When you start a business, when you build a business, you have either two drivers you can choose from, either being purpose or being money, driven by the external motivator, external factor of money. So, what I want to do today is have a look at these two life purposes. So in this video, I want to be analyzing the difference between having purpose or having money as a driver for building your business. Thank you for being here. My name is Luke Nicholas Vedekritien, and I'm the founder of Business Mastery. And my goal with this channel is to help aspiring entrepreneurs, people, find their purpose and build a business around it. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and let's get started. So, having a look at the two drivers that I believe exist, which are life's purpose and a lack of money. These are two existential drivers that make up decisions in our building and growing a business, and basically in a lot of decisions we make in our lives. And often these decisions are driven by a lack of money instead of following our life's purpose. And this happens because of the way society is shaped and also because the way we are raised. We are raised to make sure that solving our money problems, solving the lack of money problem is actually our first priority. But I believe that if you switch up, if you turn around that driver and instead everything you do in life, do that based on your life's purpose, you get a completely different approach to building a business and, of course, living your life. So, lack of money is the problem. Lack of money is the big problem and often is the root cause of many of our life's concerns. And I also personally do not believe that you can only become happy if you have lots of money, but it does solve a lot of your problems. So this lack of money is a central driver in many of the decisions that we take in our lives. And as a consequence, this lack of money drives us into either finding a job or building a business. And searching for a job or building a business is then driven by the necessity to solve the lack of money. And what we'll have as a consequence is a job that is basically mostly based on earning a good amount of money. And the same with building a business. We will have a business that is driven fully or mostly on earning as much money as possible. On the other hand, we can also have our life's purpose as a driver for finding a job that we truly love. I truly believe that having a job or having a business isn't not necessarily better. So it isn't better to have a business compared to having a job. I believe that the job and a business are both vehicles for our lives in order to achieve that what we're made, what we're sent here on this earth to do. So if you have a job where you can fulfill your life's purpose, then that's fine. You do not need to build necessarily a business in order to be happy, in order to become successful in that sense. So so let's assume that money is the driver for us building a business. So this changes the dynamic completely because everything that we do in business is focused on increasing our earnings, our income. And if we change it up and if we have a specific purpose that drives us, that changes the dynamic of our business completely. So I do not need to explain to you that if you do something out of passion, out of love, you could call it doing something out of love, you get a completely different outcome than doing something for the money. That's basically just how it works. And I set up these models to compare and show you the differences when you have a profit driven business versus a purpose driven business. In a profit driven business, you're lacking the last triangle, and this triangle is the purpose. So basically, I believe that the business is made up out of two elements. You either have profit, you what are you doing? Why are you building a business? Why were you working at your business in order to have profit, right? And the second component would be to have a purpose satisfied. And that's the difference between a purpose and a profit-driven business, is that with a profit-driven business, there is only one desired outcome, and that's to make a lot of money. Whilst with a purpose-driven business, we also have the desired outcome to achieve that what we were sent out to do in this life, to realize our purpose. And when you look at a business that is driven by money, we have only one end goal, and that is a money goal. And there's a red X here because I believe that that's not the true way to go. I believe the true way to go is to have a purpose at the end goal in our vision for our business. So I set up another video that talks about how to find your vision. A vision is basically a snapshot of the future, of where you expect to be in the future, and that purpose goal is actually aligned with that vision. So, for example, imagine you have a vision to build a business that within 10 years can help and serve 50,000 people of a specific sort. And that is in alignment with your purpose. Your purpose is to help people do one, two, and three. Whilst if you change that up with a money goal, that there's a misalignment between what your vision is, as in serving, helping other people, in compared to only achieving a specific profit amount, a specific sum of money. And that is the big difference, I can tell you. So, going further, when we have a business as an outcome, we have profit as a consequence of achieving our purpose, of serving others in our purpose. And that's totally different approach. So we have profit. We have profit. As you can see, the carriage that represents a business in these slides leaves behind a track of money, leaves behind a track of profit. And that profit is accumulated over time when the business is grown towards achieving that what it was set out to do in the beginning. And I have set up these equations where I believe is that money is the outcome of a purpose-driven business. So it doesn't mean that if you have a purpose-driven business, a business that is centrally focused on serving other people, and by doing that, achieving your purpose in life, that you cannot have a profitable business. No, on the contrary, I believe that if a business is built on this formula, so that money is the outcome of a purpose driven business, is that the profit capabilities, the profit potential is far more greater than when the business is built basically solely on achieving a financial target. I believe that the outcome is much, much bigger in potential. So the question is, what is purpose? The question that is central in this formula is, what is purpose? And a purpose is something that I believe we are sent out to achieve in our lives, that we were sent by God on this earth to build something great, to like I always mention the analogy of a lighthouse. We are all lighthouses. And as you know, a lighthouse has a light that shines to show, for example, boats, to show them where the coastline is, where the port is. And that is basically what we all were sent here to do. We are all lighthouses in our own sense. And we actually create a light for other people that perhaps are lost, or other people that need help in finding direction again. And that is the beauty of it, that we all have this unique, unlike anyone else, we have this goal, we have this task, life's task to achieve. And that when we work towards achieving that life's task, we actually get fulfillment out of helping other people. And it's an intrinsic motivation, not an extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic meaning that it comes from the inside, that it is like a like a fountain of water that never ends, that continuously generates a source of fresh water. That's the same with intrinsic motivation. Once you find that intrinsic motivation inside you, it replenishes you continuously. So there's no limited amount of motivation from that source. And that's actually fantastic for building a business, because building a business requires a lot of time, energy. It requires resilience, it requires patience, it requires discipline. And that is something that we all need. So, in order to build a business successfully, we will need to have that sense of purpose driving us, that intrinsic motivation driving us from point A to point B, from point B to point C, and so forth, because it is a process, this is a journey that will take years, but it is a very, very satisfying journey. And when you have that true purpose, everything changes completely. I can guarantee you it's like day and night, knowing when you're working on something that you were meant to do. You were meant to serve specific people doing A, B, and C. You will know that when you will be doing that, you will feel a kind of energy inside of you that money cannot satisfy. So I want to thank you for your time, for watching this video. I hope it provided lots of value to you. If it did, then don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.